with your host, Dads, again with the offensive truth. Another interesting topic want to share with you today. So, today we're looking at the Aramaic Apocalypse from out of the Dead Sea Scroll, um, linking it with the Bible, um, and also Alexander the Great. So, is Alexander the Great in the Bible? The answer is yes. He's in multiple places. I can show at least 3 places on my screen right now where Alexander the Great is. And we're going to use precept. Okay? I probably could have found 4 or more, but I'm going to keep it very short, very simple. So, first, we're going to dive into the secular part of things with Alexander the Great. Then we're going to tie it in with the Bible and see if they're saying the same thing here, okay? And technically, Alexander the Great was the first Antichrist. Where I'm going with this, you have to know your history to know your coming mystery, to understand your coming mystery. You got to know the history to understand the coming mystery. That's where I'm going with this. Alexander the Great set down the first world order. All these tax system that they're doing right now came from Alexander the Great. The colonizers, all of them learned from him. So let's get into it. See the article here in front of me. Let's go. So we're going to do this. It says, in November 332 BC, the people of ancient Egypt welcomed a 24-year-old military invader in their most sacred place, the Oracle of Siwa Osis. There they crowned him the great double crown reserved only for pharaohs, and declare him the son of their chief god Amun. This is Alexander here in the picture. Traditionally, this title was reserved only for the pharaohs. Ancient Egyptians worshipped their rulers as the incarnation of Amun. They believed that Pharaoh had the power to control the rise and the fall of the Nile River and essential source of crop irrigation. All right, so now we're going to dive into, I'm going from left to right. So now we're going to dive into the Dead Sea Scroll. So as you see here, we're looking at an Aramaic Apocalypse. And as you can see here, Son of God. So I'm going to read a quick paragraph. And this is the actual commentary that I got. These are actually scribes' interpretation. So these commentary in the Dead Sea Scroll is very good. Don't listen to what pastors tell you that the Dead Sea Scroll is not good, even though it's a book that just discovered in the after World War II. It's very good in understanding the Old Testament. That's what I've been using to break down the Old Testament very easy and quickly because it got a lot of excerpt. So let's read this first one out, and it's going to tell you where to go in the Bible. So we're going to see how accurate these scribes' interpretation was. So let's go. It says here, the overall message of the fragment recalled the apocalypse section of the book of Daniel. Daniel, like a person referred to in the column 1, is to explain to a king seated on a throne a vision or dream alluding to wars involving Assyria and Egypt, and the arrival of a final ruler served by all, called by them, or designating himself Son of God, but he triumph of peace and is not attributed to him, and not and his reign is rather characterized as in, intermittent struggle between nations and province, but to the great God, helping the people of God. Then it tells you where to go here. Open bracket. Daniel chapter 8, verse 22 to 27. And Daniel chapter 8, 14. So now we're going to go in the Bible and see what the Bible says. So we're going to start here from which verse now? All right, so we're going to start where think I'm a little way too down here, but all right. So we're going to start here from verse, let's start from verse 17 and read further down. So it says, so he came near where I stood, and when he came, I was afraid and fell upon my face. For he said unto me, understand, O ye son of man, for at the time of the end shall be the vision. So this is Daniel giving the future. Let me continue. Now as he was speaking with me, I was in a deep sleep on my face towards the ground, but he touched me and set me upright. And he said, behold, I will make thee know what shall be in the last end of the indignation. For at the time appointed the end shall be. The ram which thou sawest having two horns are the king of Media and Persia. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia, another name for Greece. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king. Now that being broken, whereas four stood up, for it 4 kings shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power. And in the latter time of their king, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the princes, the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Okay, we all know what happened to Alexander the Great. Okay, he died, illness, never die like a warrior. You know what I mean? We didn't know what killed him, probably syphilis or something. And in the vision of the evening and the morning, which was told is true. Wherefore, shut up thou the vision, for it shall be for many days. And I, Daniel, fainted and was sick certain days. Afterward, I rose up and did the king's business, and I was astonished at the vision, but none understood it. Okay, so that was Daniel telling a king of Persia the future there. Okay, so that's Daniel chapter 8. So let's go to Daniel chapter 11. And we're gonna read from 35. You know what? Let's start from 34. It says here, now when they shall fall, they shall be holpen, and with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries, and some of them of understanding shall fall and try them, and to purge, and to make them white even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous thing against God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard God of his father, nor the desire of woman, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. Okay, so we all know that Alexander the Great did not like female, didn't have a wife, and he didn't have any children. So the Cleopatra story, Cleopatra only related to him not by blood, but by one of his commander who inherited his kingdom when it split in two. Okay, that's also in Maccabees. But I'm going to touch Maccabees, but it's just the brief part of Alexander the Great. It's not going to really say about when his kingdom split, but I did read that. You can read the whole Maccabees for that. So let's go look at Maccabee 1, verse 1 to 4. It says, this history begins when Alexander the Great, son of Philip of Macedonia, marched from Macedonia and attacked Darius, king of Persia and Media. Alexander enlarged the Greek empire by defeating Darius and seizing his throne. He fought many battles, captured fortified cities, and put the kings of region to death. As he advanced to ends of the earth, he plundered many nations, and when he had conquered the world, he became proud and arrogant by building up a strong army. He dominated whole nations and their rulers and forced everyone to pay him tax. So you have it right there. Alexander the Great was prophesied in Daniel as a form of Antichrist. He was the biggest ruler of the ancient world. He brought in the first world order, taxed people right across the world. So there you go. This world order coming up is not the first. Okay, Alexander the Great started the first world order. You can dig deeper into this on your own time. Just want to like I said, you have to know your history to understand the coming mystery. That's the point of this video here. Just a quick little history lesson reminder here. If you like the video, please share it. Tell a friend, and subscribe. Got more coming out like this. Until next time.